Hi, this is Emily the Audi Nerd, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at a 2022 Audi A7. So this one here is a Prestige with the black optics package and the S-Line package in the color Ultra Blue. It's a pretty stark color, and I love seeing it in all the different lights and the different shades that it can be. In bright sunlight, it's almost polarizing, it's so bright. But in this kind of light here, it's almost this nice subdued blue. Now I want to do something a little bit different this time and actually highlight the things that makes the A7 unique and the ultimate expression of Audi. The A7 is the ultimate luxury sedan with a balance of progressive and sporty feel. As you see, the stylizing and lines and these huge quattro blisters you see there make this car a one-of-a-kind. And when you see it on the road from every single angle, you find yourself stopping going, whoa, what is that? Coming along to the front over here, we have the S-Line package, which I mentioned earlier, in black optics, which gives all of the black surrounds, and we also optioned with the black rings and badges. Since this is a Prestige, it does have Audi's full suite of driver assistance features with these two ginormous laser radar sensors right here, which pairs with the camera that's located up in the front windshield. It also has the front camera here and 4 proximity sensors along the front to make sure that you can park very easily and get it in all of the tight spaces. These vents on both sides, that side and this side here, actually go all the way through into the wheel wells. They are functional vents, so no more of that fake vent stuff. Coming along the side of the car, we'll look down here, and because this has the black optics package, you get these upgraded wheels in the titanium finish, which gives a nice polar opposite between just jet black. I like these different color wheels with the Audi Sport right down here by the valve stem. The cool thing about the A7 is that you actually have side proximity sensors too. So you notice this one right here on the wheel well. There's one back along the back side as well. Now jumping up here from the wheels, you'll see we have the S-Line badging here, the black surround from the black optic package, and I've mentioned this in some of the other cars that we've taken a look at. The A7 also has the frameless doors. This one being as a Prestige, it does have the dual laminated acoustic glass to allow for less road noise and to keep heat in the vehicle. But now if we spin along a little bit this way, so you can come in and see how the power soft closing doors work. So if you just gently close it, get it close enough, and see how it sucked it right back in, perfect close every time. Now coming along this way, you can see from this angle where you're looking here, the really progressive and effortlessly designed of the A7. This is something that I was talking about earlier, how no one else has mastered anything like this style, how it's so easy. Even the A5 doesn't quite have this really cool slope right here. On the TT and the R8 and the A7, you get the capless door filler. I like that, it's different and unique. Doesn't really matter that much. The funny thing that I think is hilarious is they add the little hole right here so that you can put the cap that doesn't exist right there. Kind of funny. The A7 also has the kick to release power liftgate, so if you kick right here and back up, it'll open up for you just like that. This one, just like every other Audi power tailgate, has the adjustable height adjustability, so if you hold that, and then you can just press and hold. And that little noise lets you know that it has been set at this height. And then again, if you want to reset it for the height, just gently push up until you reach max height, press and hold again, and then it's all set. So it's nice that you have the customizability, even if you have, say, a smaller garage or something like that you're trying to fit stuff under. Now you may be looking at this and think it's not a very usable trunk space, but actually this pulls out right here. So it's kind of snug in there, just pull it right out. And this can either go back in the trunk or somewhere back at home. And then all of these seats do fold flat, so they fold down so that you have tons of room and versatility so you can haul long things or tall things in the back. Now let's move on from the back and take a look at the interior. Now I know sometimes I forget to mention the back seat, so I wanted to make sure I did this for the A7, because again, looking from this area, you're like, how can you fit tall people back there? How can you fit anything back there? So let's hop in and actually take a look. So my husband has adjusted this seat. He's about 6 foot tall, and I'm 5'5" 3/4". So back here, sitting comfortably, I have, gosh, at least 6 to 8 inches in front of my knees. And then on top of me, can you see from there? And I have just about a hand on top of my head, so plenty of room for anyone who's taller as well. The other thing that's really cool and unique is if you come a little bit further in this way, you can see all of the illuminated clips here on the seat belts. Now coming in from this side, I wanted to show you the fully digital climate control panel back here where you can adjust your temperature, your fan speed, the direction of where the air is coming out, including, since this is the Prestige, you get the rear heated seats with 3 different levels. Underneath that, you have 2 USB Type-C connections back here and a full 12 volt for anything else that you want to use. When the A7 first debuted in 2012, it was only offered as a 4-seater with just 2 seats back here, and the 5-seating was an option. Now it's only available with the 5-seated option, which you'll see it's got this middle seat here, including the seatbelt buckle, but when you pull this down, that's when you get the compartment in here to place anything, and you also get your European-sized cup holders back here. Now in the interior of the A7, it does have the virtual cockpit, which you'll find on every other Audi vehicle, where you can see your full navigation here, and you can toggle through all the different things, including date and time, consumption, if you are low on gas like this one is, your different radio stations, when your phone is connected, and back to navigation. Pressing this view button here will make the dials small or big. Then moving on from that, you have the different toggles we were just using, the view button we talked about, the answering phone button to talk to Audi, and then if you press the star button and we move over this way, that's where you can adjust anything you want it to be. You can have it turn on voice guidance, you can switch the different clusters, you can have it turn on the heated steering wheel, and then once you have the garage door programmed, you can have it be your garage door opener. The Prestige comes with the interior ambient lighting, where you can choose any of the different colors you want. You have some of the preset different colors, like Solar is this red-orange color, Maritime is the dark blue color, Caribbean is the lighter blue color, or you can have it based on the Audi Drive Select. So depending what mode you're in, it'll have different colors. Like we're in comfort mode, so it's in this pretty yellow orangey color. Otherwise, you can choose it by individual by pressing this button right here. You can change the different surfaces. So as I always like to do when I'm demonstrating this, my favorite different colors to do is this dark blue, and then if I go to changing the brightness, it's all good there. And then I go back to lines, and then I can change it from colors, and I like to do blue and purple. You can see all along here. The other really cool part is on this car, it does actually light up the Quattro emblem right here in the front dash. The fully digital climate control lives right here, where you can adjust your different temperatures here, or you can slide it over and adjust any temperature you want it to be. So let's say you like it to be 74 degrees, and then let's say you also want it to sync. So you can have everything synced by pressing the sync button. You can also have it on auto, or you can choose the individual fan speed and the direction of where the air is pointed. But I like it on auto, so it maintains it for me. Up here is your auto stop button. Right here is where you can adjust all the different things you want to save. So when you have your home address saved, you can also save favorites like your radio stations. Over here is where you can program your garage door opener. It'll walk you right through how to program that. Pretty simple. And the other thing which is cool about the A7 is this is where you have your power for the rear spoiler. You can have it up. When it's red, it is engaged, and it does come up automatically at 70 miles an hour or above. Then press again to disengage. This button over here turns off the top screen, so it can be all black, like if you're driving at night and don't want to have the extra distraction of the bright screen, and then to simply turn it back on, tap, and it fades back on. Down here, where you can see you've got your heated seats, your ventilated seats, they have 3 different levels, and yes, you can have them both on all at once, because the ventilated seat doesn't actually push air-conditioned air through it, it just pushes the ambient air in the cabin. So let's say you wanted to have the heated seat on, but just have a little bit of the air running through it, you can have both of them running all at once. So now, if you have, let's say you have the garage door set on your button on the steering wheel, and you want to use your heated steering wheel, that lives in this little 3 button right here. You can turn on your heated steering wheel right there. As we mentioned before, since this is a Prestige, it does have the full suite of Audi safety features, including the full 360-degree camera. So you can see all the way around right here, and then if you press the 3D button, you can get the 3D view of where the camera sits. I wish it would capture the great colors that each car comes in, but you know, gray works too. This A7 has the S-Line package, so it'll have the S-Line door sills right here. And then if you go a little bit further, you'll notice it does have the beam rings down there, which we've optioned underneath the doors. Coming up this way, it also has the real wood inlays that actually goes along the entire interior of the car, spreading all the way to the other side. So the A7 has the 3-liter V6 turbo engine with 335 horsepower and 369 foot-pound of torque. This one goes from 0 to 60 in just 4.9 seconds. But we all know that Audi underrates those a little bit, and I'm sure you can get it going a little faster. Last but not least, I want to talk about how the A7 is powered by Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. So when you're comparing this to an SUV and you're just like, I can't do a sedan because winter sucks and I gotta have a bunch of storage and easy to get around, the all-wheel drive system and the tons of storage that we already demonstrated back there means there's no excuse to be comparing this and an SUV and choosing the SUV. So now, last but not least, I also wanted to highlight the headlight and taillight animation, which we usually do in our videos, but this one's pretty cool because it is Prestige, and it actually has the headlight washers, which we'll also demonstrate now. Let's take a look. Okay, that's got to be one of the coolest features on this A7, and it was just, I was giggling in there watching it happen. So thanks for taking a look at this A7 with me today. I look forward to when we get a ton more vehicles in for you so I can make some more videos. If you have any other suggestions, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.